Breaking news: Elizabeth Holmes denied freedom as appeals court rejects bid, faces prison and hefty restitution. Disgraced former Theranos CEO Elizabeth Holmes is facing an imminent prison sentence after her plea to remain free while appealing her conviction in a blood testing scandal was rejected by an appeals court on Tuesday. This verdict puts an end to her fleeting fame and fortune, earned through a fraudulent scheme. In another significant ruling, U.S. District Judge Edward Davila has ordered Holmes to pay a staggering $452 million in restitution to the victims of her crimes. Sharing liability for this amount is her former partner and top Theranos executive, Ramesh Sunny Balwani, who is already serving a prison term for a range of related felonies. Holmes' attempt to avoid prison has been met with a swift response from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, just 3 weeks after she made a last-ditch effort to delay the start of her 11-year sentence. Previously instructed to surrender on April 27 by Judge Davila, she will now be given a new date to report to prison, forcing her separation from her current partner, William Billy Evans, their 1-year-old son, William, and 3-month-old daughter, Invicta. It is worth noting that Holmes conceived Invicta after being convicted on 4 counts of fraud and conspiracy in January 2022. Judge Davila has recommended a women's prison in Bryan, Texas, as the facility for Holmes' sentence. However, it remains undisclosed whether this recommendation has been accepted by the Federal Bureau of Prisons or if an alternative facility has been designated. Meanwhile, Balwani, aged 57, began serving his nearly 13-year prison term in April after being found guilty on 12 counts of fraud and conspiracy in a separate trial. His recent unsuccessful attempt to remain free on bail while appealing his conviction led to his imprisonment in a Southern California correctional facility. The trial that resulted in Holmes' conviction lasted 46 days, showcasing a culture of greed and hubris that had permeated Silicon Valley during the past 2 decades. Holmes' own testimony, while taking the stand, revealed her early founding of Theranos as a teenager after dropping out of Stanford University in 2003. She accused Balwani of emotional and sexual abuse while maintaining her unwavering belief in Theranos' potential to revolutionize healthcare with groundbreaking technology capable of detecting numerous diseases from just a few drops of blood. Amidst her audacious endeavors, Holmes managed to secure nearly $1 billion from wealthy investors, including renowned names like Larry Ellison, co-founder of Oracle, and media mogul Rupert Murdoch. Unfortunately, these sophisticated investors suffered significant financial losses when a Wall Street Journal investigation and subsequent regulatory scrutiny uncovered serious flaws in Theranos technology. In the restitution ruling, Judge Davila determined that Holmes and Balwani must pay $125 million to Rupert Murdoch, the largest amount among the listed investors. Additionally, restitution of $40 million is owed to Walgreens, which became an investor in Theranos and planned to provide their flawed blood tests in their pharmacies back in 2013. Safeway, another former business partner of Theranos, is entitled to $14.5 million in restitution after initially collaborating with the company. During separate hearings, lawyers for Holmes and Balwani attempted to argue for minimal restitution payments. Prosecutors, on the other hand, pushed for restitution in the range of $800 million. Holmes, whose once estimated stake in Theranos reached $4.5 billion, and Balwani, whose holdings were valued around $500 million, claimed to be nearly bankrupt due to exorbitant legal expenses incurred while maintaining their innocence. Holmes' legal team has persistently challenged her conviction, citing alleged errors and misconduct.